Hi there, Andre here from P Motorcycles. I'm here at EICMA 2022 and I'm here at the Zero motorcycle stands you can see behind me. So lots of electric bikes on show here. I'm going to try and get through as many of them as I can. I think they've got full specs on the website, they've got a very strong digital presence, but hopefully this gives you some insights, especially into their new adventure bike. So here we go. So the first bike I'd like to show you is the Zero DSRX. This is their adventure bike, and you can tell it's an adventure bike because it's surrounded by some weeds and rocks, so it must be. Not sure about the colour, it reminds me slightly of the bathroom I grew up with in the 1970s, but still, it's something that they have picked. Everything else on the bike actually looks quite good. The only thing I would say is that the highway range of this bike is 137 kilometres, which is about 80 miles, and I know they're constrained by weight and everything else, but I think for a touring bike, that still really isn't very far. It says around town it'll do 290 kilometres, which must be getting on for 180 miles, something like that. But again, if you're going to have a bike like this, are you really only going to be riding around towns? Anyway, they've got other versions of it. So here they've got an ambulance police bike and another police bike. They also have their trail bike, which is something that I was interested in, the FX. I really look forward to trying one of those one day. I think we have the FXE, which is the Enduro, which I think looks very slick in the gloss black there. And then here we have a Zero S, which, yeah, is just kind of their standard naked bike. So in here on this side, we have the DSR, complete with the full set of luggage, which again looks all right. Doesn't look quite as adventure-y as the other bike. However, this does have quite a big difference. So this one has a highway range of 156 kilometres if you have the optional power tank fitted. Still not a huge amount, is it? City range is 328 kilometres with the power tank, and they have combined. But in fairness, well, I guess you can be your own judge of about how many miles you actually need to do on a motorway between charges. Going right down this side, here we have the, that's the same gloss FXE. So here we have the SRS Tourer, and this is a bike I have actually ridden, and it was an absolute blast. Just love that sort of instant on power that you get when you twist the grip. And here we have the SRF without the fairing, same bike as the SR, I think. And here we have another SRF. This one is in black, and then the last one on this side is a DSPX in white, which has a bit of multi-strada look about it. And I do quite like that white pearlescent paintwork. So then the last few to come up the middle. So first of all, here we have a Zero SR in red, which is just the naked bike. I actually do quite like the look of that. We then have, I think, another SRS in blue, and then another DSRX in that lovely 1970s pale green. So yeah, if you haven't ridden an electric bike, I can definitely recommend trying one out. The Zeros certainly seem to be a brand that have got a lot of bikes out there, and they're very keen for people to do demo rides in the UK. So if you have the opportunity to try one, I suggest you do. You may be pleasantly surprised. So that's it. That's my video from the Zero stand here at EICMA 2022. Hope that's been interesting. I know I didn't go into a lot of detail on all the bikes, but I think for these electric bikes, you really have to try them to understand them. And for me, especially on touring bikes, it's the range that makes the biggest difference. And sorry guys, I just don't think the technology is quite there yet. I'm really interested in getting maybe a trail bike from somewhere, maybe trying one of the FXs on knobbly tyres, because I think for lower speed and that sort of riding, I think they're perfect. When it comes to long days in the saddle on a tour, I just think the battery technology still needs to come on a few more steps before we get there. But still, always interesting to see, always interesting to see what they've got on offer and on display here at the show. So I hope this has been interesting and useful. If it has been, I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching.